Hi, I'm Paige Riehl, and this is my book Suspension, published with Terrapin Books in 2018. I'm really grateful to Terrapin for publishing this book and for the artist Miranda Turback for doing the cover art. Suspension is a book that explores the realm of existing in liminal spaces. So when you're on the cusp of something that you know is going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet, and those strange kind of waiting areas that we exist in at different times in our lives. A lot of the poems in Suspension deal with the adoption of our daughter. My husband and I spent quite a bit of time waiting for that adoption to be finalized, as well as waiting for what was to come with a very beloved grandmother of mine who was failing at the same time that we were waiting for the adoption. And so we were existing in this strange space of expecting both joy and grief. I'd like to open by reading my poem titled The Country, which I think is apropos to a lot of what's happening now and also kind of that liminal space that we're all existing in. The country is windowless, a crowded cattle car moving into a blank landscape. One by one, our hopes crumble beneath our feet. We queue for anti-anxiety, open our dry mouths, tongue waiting, become a motley snake, eating its own tail. We cannot shed our skin. We jostle to our sharp corners. Dense marbles of worry gather in our stiff necks. Nearby, a mother stitches her son's mouth shut. Another ties a red tourniquet over her daughter's ears. Our faces are made of sand. Our bellies are full of darkness. It smells like a fire dying. Someone flicks a lighter, a miniature flare for help. I'm going to move to a different poem written during a kind of summer seminar class that I took, where as I was writing poetry, there was a group of young women practicing the color guard, which I had never seen before. So this is called Color Guard Practice, St. Olaf College, Minnesota. The leader points the muzzle at her heart, demonstrates how to swing the rifle's butt in a slow arc above their heads. The warm plastic nestled in the soft place beneath the collarbone. In short shorts and tank tops, long hair piled loosely, the 8 teenage girls toss, flick, and flourish. They worry about missing, the gun slicing bare midriffs and legs. Beneath the green maples, they learn to move fast, step back and sidestep. They want applause for their beauty and synchronicity. Unanimous guns pointed in rhythm at their young bodies. They do not understand danger. How can they consider battle when they call the muzzle a nose, when their guns have no trigger, no need for a safety? Each barrel's silver stripe is a mirror flashing in the sun. Their rifles are already the color of surrender. They will learn how lithe bodies age, will learn how quick hands become lifelong defense against hurried men. There are no rewards for a clumsy girl. I'm going to follow that with a poem called In Case You Haven't Wondered, which is kind of, meditating on the different paths that we take in life and where we've ended up and that path not taken. Don't say you haven't wondered about the alternate life, the one you didn't choose. Cobblestoned and sunlit, there is a blue lake where mallards pump their green heads and whistle. true to each other year after year. I travel there sometimes after I've planned, cooked, and served the meals, and everyone leaves the table. The sticky plates are still mine. The children's toys are sharp underfoot. 2 glasses of Malbec clarify the alternate setting. The clean house where I am reading poetry. Footsteps at the door bristle warmth through my bones. In the distance, a train's horn. All these years, and I haven't let go. I still smell the cologne. Remember the wanting, how it filled me, the way a hard, clean rain overflows a pail. I am embarrassed a little by this truth, by the beaten path to this place in my mind. I remind myself that the music box ballerina twirls above a set of pins and a revolving cylinder, a slave to the hand that twists the crank. I'm going to move to the first poem in the book, which is called International Adoption Story. It Didn't Begin. And it's one of the poems about kind of that waiting and contemplating these huge life decisions. International Adoption Story. It didn't begin with her crowning, the sweating purple-blue burst through portal, the head of black hair, the arm reaching outward. It didn't begin with despair, or did it? Sign here, 3 shaking pairs of hands in 2 countries, icebergs between them. Exacting is hard. The compass slips, the pencil tip breaks. Perhaps it began further back, the loving in dark beds, salt saturated with hope. No, before that must have been glimpses and glances, hearts carried in pockets and rubbed raw. Our beginning is not even the winter day our baby's unborn heart just stopped. Walk back through the brambles of family, climb through my own blood tree, the sewn-on branch, the non-blood me adopted too, but that's not when, not really. Whose beginning? Hers? Ours? We are all wound tight, loved and replayed, then stuck, forced, and unfurled. And I am standing here at this dinner party with the taste of dirt in my mouth. Everyone waits for the answer. I'd like to read one more. And this poem is about a time when I had to have a small surgery, and that small surgery ended up being kind of a bigger deal where I was in the hospital for a while. And I view this poem as a really hopeful poem, and it is the exit for my book. And I hope that it gives you some hope as well. I was kind of trying to capture that sense of what it feels like when you leave a hospital and everything seems amazing. This is the hour of returning. Arms are purple flowers, veins wilting stems. Exit this sequestering. Not another blue hour, not another yellow needle. Wheelchaired out, the air is bright clean in my lungs. Stoplights are jewels. Trees, God, the trees standing so straight. In the car, never mind that potholes become pain landmines. My belly burns flags. I am sexless, weightless, exhaling chemicals bound by cell phone beeps, medication notifications. I walk wounded, a curved sea. Yet I enter my bright kitchen, the smooth counter, the solid chairs. I am here. My son and my daughter wrap their arms around my waist, again, as if I am not a fevered imprint, as if I am not a skeleton pencil sketch, as if I am me, and tomorrow is as certain as the way they run into the living room, certain I will be sitting at the table when they return. Thank you, and thank you to Terrapin Books and Diane Lockwood for all of her support.